And it's just a happy song. It was one of those songs that just make you immediately. It just makes you smile, doesn't it? Maybe, unless you're going through terrible trauma. I mean, if you've just been hit by a train and you're crumpled up, you lost your feet and you're screaming, you're losing a lot of blood, probably wouldn't do the trick. Quickly, wait, listen, morphine. Morphine is better in that. But, given an average day, right, that song will make you feel a little bit happier. As I say, extreme trauma, it won't cut the mustard. Good. How are you? Where are you watching this from? Let me know. I don't know why. I just like the idea that people are watching this absolute bollocks all over the world. In some countries, they don't even know what the word bollocks is. I should explain really. It's a colloquialism, double meaning. It means absolute nonsense. That's why I call this absolute nonsense. Just rubbish. So it's rubbish. Also slang for. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Meaning rubbish, and bollocks meaning. So I haven't done this for a while. Was it? I know what you're thinking, Rick. You've had a haircut. Yeah, I have. Right. First, start off. Thank you to Mel, Toffee, and Fudge and the Bollocks Gang. I did tweet that, but they've sent me a little afterlife bench and a lovely card, and they even sent me Auntie to sit on the bench with me. And look at this bit for a lovely bit of detail. Oh, oh. Never mind Barbie. Look at that. That's what they'll all be wanting this Christmas. Brilliant. Right, questions. Casper and Yuri. What is your best memory of summer as a child? And how did you keep cool? Swimming, sitting in like paddling pools when I was really little, or swimming. A hose, sitting under a hose, sitting in the garden. I mean, not when I was at school. Obviously, you couldn't do those sort of things. I didn't really care. I think when you're a kid, you just run round until you collapse, don't you? I still do that. I still sort of. I forget to drink water. An idiot. I remember when we were allowed to go on the grass, when I was little in school, when suddenly it was hot enough to go on the grass. I really remember that. That was great. Summer. As I got older, I like the smell of. I love nature, but where I grew up, the smell of tarmac was good because it meant it was hot. Do you know what I mean? Like you could smell the heat in this council estate. You could smell the heat. I remember I used to play tennis, and I could smell the green. My mum used to give me green flash, Dunlop green flash, and they were made of rubber. And sometimes it was so hot that I could smell the rubber where it was warming up on my shoes. So I didn't like trying to get to sleep at night. That was never good. Obviously no air conditioning. No, I mean growing up, not only we didn't have central heating or air conditioning, so you're just at the mercy of the weather, really. But I don't remember it being a big problem. Now it would be. Now I'm furious if something's 1 degree out. I'm furious. I had nothing growing up, and now it's like It's like I was born into royalty with what I demand. That's the thing, isn't it? You come from nothing and you start, God, I want it like this. No, I've had it hard. I've had money for 40 years. I want this room at 18 degrees at all times. Bonfires. I remember my mum doing a bonfire on a Sunday. I like Sundays because when I was little, the whole family came over because my oldest brother and sisters had moved out by the time I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9. So they'd come over. Sunday was great. I remember getting up Sunday and the bath was like full of water and my mum had made jellies and cakes to keep them cool for everyone coming over having trifle. Yeah, I think Sundays were my favourite day in the summer when I was little. Family, trifles. I mean, she made enough to last the whole week, so it wasn't like it was special on a Sunday, because there was, when you make 13 cakes and trifles, it tends to last a week. But she had nowhere to put them. Yeah, and then a bonfire. A bonfire about sort of 6 or 7 o'clock when they all left. Pax the cat. In Supernature, you talk about the platypus producing milk and eggs. What 2 seemingly contradictory traits from other animals would you like to pick for yourself and why? Oh, well, obviously my superpower is always be flight. I can't believe I just watch seagulls and hawks. I think, oh, amazing! It's just to fly around, particularly in traffic when I want to get. I wish I could fly. I wish I could fucking just take off. I think we've talked about this, but it's got to be proper flight. I don't want to just bumble around like a daddy long legs. Do you know what I mean? It's no good. Just sort of like. Sometimes I have dreams where I can nearly fly, but I'm only like 6 foot off the ground, so people can still come and punch you in the face. That's the sort of dreams I have. Oh, God. So flight, but then a bird's sort of small and vulnerable, so maybe I'd like a bit of maybe I could be like a flying walrus. Somehow. You didn't say it had to work. So I want arms, wouldn't I? I want arms, like the animal I invented when I was 12 or 13. I've told you about that, haven't I? Yeah, loads of times. Body of a rhino, arms of a gorilla, big tail of a scorpion, lion's head. And I thought I'll make it fast, so I gave it legs of a cheetah. Would have collapsed immediately. But this doesn't have to work. So, somewhat big and meaty, a rhino with wings. So I could just go, take off and then just smash into, just come down, smash into. Just. Oh God, there might be something wrong with me. I've been practicing improv comedy on camera at home. And I end up worrying that I might offend someone. How do I stop this feeling? Because I really want to get over this hang-up. You shouldn't worry about it because you can't help it. You will offend someone. There's someone in the world, there's nothing you can say that someone somewhere in the world will find offensive. Often it's faux offence, they just want to be heard. You can't worry about them. If you don't go out of your way to offend someone, it's ridiculous. You'll end up, it's impossible. It's impossible to do anything funny where someone somewhere goes, oh, I don't, because everyone's different. There's 100 things you can talk about, and everyone's fine with 99 of them, and they get offended by one. You can't second guess them. So you just got to get over that. If someone wants to be offended, they will be. And they'll do it and let you know. They'll do it to stitch you up because they're not happy in some way. So you can't worry about that. And if you haven't gone out of your way to offend, there's nothing you can do. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know. You know, I've talked about this. Whatever you talk about, if you went out and they said, hands up, who's had this terrible thing happen to them, and they put their hands up, you went, anyway, I'm going to do it, then that's something. But you don't know those people. You don't know what they've gone through. It's mad to try and second guess. Everyone's gone through something. So there wouldn't be... If you had to do a comedy show when no one could be offended, you couldn't do it. So just don't worry about it. And also, just because they're offended doesn't mean they're right. Some people are offended by equality. Do you know what I mean? Some people are offended because they don't want equality. What can you do? There's no right and wrong to offence. It's a personal feeling. So you can't worry about it. Mick, do you think with your stand-up that you've been influenced by comedy we grew up with? Not the content, but the delivery. What, like... I think I know what you mean. You mean... yeah, I think I know what you mean. That sort of stand-up swagger, put down... I've been influenced by those guys like Groucho Marx, if that's what you mean. I think I think I have. I've always liked that sarcastic delivery. So yeah, you can't help it. You can't help being influenced, and then you make it your own. And it's there's never one influence. If you're influenced by one person, that's like a tribute. You're influenced by 50, so you make a new blend. But I do like that sort of sarcastic, ironic. You know, those guys that show that it's not best to be the cleverest bloke in the room, where they go out there with swagger, but they're the butt of the joke. I've always liked that sort of thing, yeah. Deborah, what has been your biggest professional disappointment? You have had many successful ventures, but which one did you think you would have done? You think you could have done much better? Well, obviously my pop career. If you mean that ever, that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. Because I gave up. That's why it's a big thing. I just gave up. And the big mistake I made, I wanted to be a pop star. I was 18 or 19. I should have wanted to be a musician. So when I came to this, I wanted to be a writer-director, not just a celebrity or an actor or whatever. Within the realm of, since I've been doing this, I don't know, you always want to do it better. I did the Golden Globes again because I wanted to improve on it. Also, you're only fail if you give up. If you keep trying, what you call failures, they're learning processes, aren't they? So first time someone has a go at golf, they're rubbish. And when they get good, you wouldn't hold it against them. You wouldn't go, yeah, but the first time you played, you were rubbish. You go, yeah, that's why I tried harder and now I'm good. So to keep trying and getting better, that's not it's mad to look back and go, oh, I failed for so long. You didn't fail, you hadn't finished yet. You just hadn't finished yet. You only fail if you just give up. But things are, I probably look, my early stand-up, I think I always put it, I wrote too much as opposed to do the stagecraft, and it was sort of there, and then I committed it to DVD too quickly. I wish I'd have, like my first one, Animals, I sort of wrote that, I did a couple of warm-ups, I think I did about 10 shows, and I recorded the DVD. Now, it's fine, but it would have been... I've done 50 warm-ups already for Armageddon. Armageddon's already better than animals, you know what I mean? But then there's something charming about... There's something charming about animals. My first one that I wasn't quite a stand-up, but it was funny ideas. So I never look back. I'd never go back and go, I'm going to re-record animals to make it better. It's a document. It's like a document of where I am now. I think that answers your question. On the afterlife, you've just come up with the best, but also potentially lethal joke. People convulsing and dying from laughing. You mean literally? Okay, it's the best joke of all time. Do you tell it? So, if I know that this joke is a murder weapon, so I've got this joke. Anyone I tell it to, they laugh so much that they die. This is terrible. I mean, the answer should be no, of course not. But it's tempting, isn't it? Just people you don't like. Hey, mate. Sorry, we've had our differences, but they tell them the joke. It wouldn't be murder, would it? Because telling someone dying of a joke, that's not against the law, is it? If you tell a joke and it kills someone, that's not against the law. Also, it's like a gift, isn't it? I've given them the best death, apart from dying in their sleep, when they could be dreaming about having their legs pulled off by a giant monster. Dying laughing, that's a pretty good way to go, isn't it? If I knew that my jokes literally cause someone to die, I wouldn't tell them. No, I don't think so. Oh, imagine that. What a trauma that would be. You come up with the great... That's everyone's dream, to come up with the greatest joke. Every comedian's dream. Come up with the greatest joke ever. And then someone says, you can't tell it, mate. Why? Because it's so good it kills people. I go, for fuck's sake. Really? Can I tone it down a little bit? So it just puts them in a coma for a week. I go, we'd rather you didn't. I go, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Thing is, I find my stuff funny, so wouldn't I, as soon as I thought that joke, wouldn't I die? And it wouldn't be a problem, would it? Stupid question. Mum and Sherlock. A life well lived is the best revenge, I once heard you quote. Yeah. What would your best advice be to get there? When it's hard to see the funny side of certain things and to focus on what's essential instead of looking back in anger. Just smile, question mark. Well, that's a good one. Just smile. I mean, clinically. So when you're happy, you smile. But the reverse is also true. They've done clinical tests where they made people smile and it cheered them up because your face sends signals to your brain and it releases the same sort of result. So you can, I mean, not if you're really clinically depressed, you can't just snap out of it. But a lot of those motivational speeches start with, you can decide to be happy that day. Again, outside terrible trauma and being, clinically depressed, everything being equal, you can sort of try and put yourself in a good mood. Be positive. A lot of them say the same things. To be grateful. To go, right, what's good about today? What can I look forward to? Meditation puts you in a good mood. It clears your mind and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, be positive. Be nice. That's really good. That's really, people, if you do a good deed, you feel good all day. Well, I do. If I a scruffling a dog, cheers me up. So yeah, a positive, healthy attitude, being grateful, being kind, and scruffling a dog. Maybe the odd beer. So, you do the math. Glenn Martin, my question, if you get a chance. Would you ever play a dark role in a movie or drama? Say a serial killer? Yeah, but I don't know. It'd have to be something. I don't know. I don't just want to be someone who just goes around murdering people. I know you don't actually murder people in a play. I know that. Mr. Rose, you've got the wrong end of the stick. You actually killed one of the cast. I thought you might be. No. It's all fake. It's all fake. You don't actually kill people. I'd want something more, I don't know, like a vampire would be good, because that's I can do that. That'd be good. Just be a normal bloke. Right? You know what I mean? If someone winds you up, they go, you go, you go to the post office. And go, hello, Mr. Rose. Hello. Going, oh, sorry, this is closed. Sorry, I'm going to lunch. Wait, I just need to. No. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Just a vampire that doesn't like bad service. You know, I don't need the blood. Anything that annoys me, I just go, and they, okay, what do you need? I need to change. Yeah. It's not an affliction, isn't it, being a vampire? People are scared about it. I don't get bitten and become a vampire. But then once you've gone through that, you're set up for death. Not set up for life, set up for death, but for an eternity. I'd know in my life I'd be a vampire and I'd feel guilty. I'd be vegan. Like a fucking idiot. They go, you fucking idiot. Oh, I know, what are you going to do? Just going to go and just creep in when they're asleep and steal their lentils. That's the worst vampire. Well, that's how I feel. I'm sensitive. You're a fucking idiot. I know, but I'm sorry, I don't agree with the bite in the neck. Charlie the cat. If we throw a party when you die, what is the one song you'd want us to play? You can't choose Bowie or say you don't care since you'll be dead. That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one. You'd want something that would put them in floods of tears, wouldn't you? What would that be? I haven't thought about that. That's a really difficult one. Because a song's often got just one message, isn't it? Oh. I have to come back to that. I'll think about that. If you had the attention of the whole world for 15 seconds, what would you do or say? These are getting hard, these questions. So, does it make a difference? Like, can I choose? I assume you mean like, and so I'd have a good result. Like, if you could tell 7 billion people one thing, even if there was not a lot of take-up, it would still be an important message. So things like, go vegan to save the planet, because the deforestation and the fact that we cause so much harm to the environment by breeding cattle to feed a few, and it takes like 10 times the amount of water, that sort of thing. And that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? 15 seconds. I could just say, watch Afterlife on Netflix. So it would either be a message to save the planet for future generations, or watch Afterlife. on Netflix. I haven't decided which yet, but again, let me think about it. Claire, what was the moment that made you become an activist for animals? Well, there wasn't really a moment. My earliest memory is that I loved animals and couldn't stand animal cruelty. I was born, I acquired pets. They were there first. I remember I was little, I had a cat called Smokey that was there before me, and a dog called Betsy that was there before. So I just felt that I've always thought that they've got as much right to be on this planet as me. So there was no moment. But then, you always do stuff for animals, and I've always, I suppose when you become famous, you become a voice for them. That was one question I got when I was famous. They'd say, oh, when did you start the animal activism? I go, well, I've always been that. It's just that more people hear me now. And that when I win an award, like a humanitarian award, I always say, I'm just a mouth. There are people that actually go there. There are people that stand outside Tesco's all day with a tin. I just tweet or talk about it. They're the foot soldiers. So the cancer is, as long as I can remember, but just more people hear about it now because of, the upshot of what I do is fame, I guess. Good question there. Leopold and Loveday. Do you think it is more beneficial to be able to roar like a lion or purr like a house cat? Roar like a lion. I love a cat purring. A happy cat makes me happy. So I'm saying that sort of thing is infectious, isn't it? A happy dog makes me happy. If I see a dog, I smile. And a happy cat is lovely. But personally, it'd better roar like a lion, wouldn't it? Be like the vampire thing. Like, if someone's winding you up and you just go, fucking, fuck me. Be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. They think, you know what I mean? No one would mess with you if you could roar like a lion. Fuck me, he's mental. And he's loud. He's loud. Rachel, would you like to have wheels for feet? I mean, amongst the other stuff we've talked about, that isn't so mental, is it really? I've been a flying rhino within the last 20 minutes. So wheels for feet. I wouldn't mind. If I couldn't have feet, wheels would be good. But given the choice, I'd keep everything real at the moment. One day, that'd be good. Although wheels for feet, that'd be fine. But then when I've got a bad back, I'd need a wheel on each foot and a wheel coming out, so I could be sitting down, just going along. So wheels for feet. Now I'm talking. Or the back of my neck, so I just lay down. Like that. I've got wheels and that, I'm just going along like that. What a load of bollocks this is. Well, we've run out of time. Last one, Susie. Can I sing the Derek Pudding song? When Derek makes up a song. Everybody here loves having pudding. We has it every day at 6 o'clock. Sometimes it is jelly, what is cold. Sometimes it is crumble, what is hot. Finale. Just brought the house down with that one. Right, good. Have a lovely week. Be kind to animals. Put out bowls of water outside your house for dogs. Be careful with dogs. Don't leave a dog in a car, obviously. Anyone who sees that, honestly, just smash the window. Yeah. Cheers. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.